Hey, how about this? Everybody working? There we go.
They're going to have to show your video.
Hey, first we're going to roll a video, and then we're going to talk a little bit about my foundation. So bear with me. After we're done with that, we'll roll into my normally scheduled media availability for you, the media. Roll tape, whoever pushes play.
I had a great time meeting all the people. People were great. Everybody did everything they could for us to make us comfortable, feel welcome, felt like a member of the family. It was great. Being able to meet Brad and the team and everybody that helps with the foundation, couldn't have asked for a better weekend.
Man, my gosh, it was fantastic. I ain't kidding you. The way he goes in them curves like that and is sliding around, whoa. I don't see how them guys do it, buddy. I really don't. Brad's a hell of a driver. He really is.
Hey, one of the greatest experiences I've ever had in life. Woo! Thanks, man.
Well, that was short and sweet because I didn't want it to go too long. But I'm here today, beyond my media availability, to talk about my foundation, and specifically here at Bristol, because Bristol is one of the tracks that has been very accommodating, and I'm very appreciative of that. So a special shout out to begin with the Speedway and Jerry Caldwell and his staff. So thanks to them and his staff. I see them all around here. But we had a great year last year on the racetrack and off. And the off part of the racetrack, based around the foundation, we were able to do some cool things with the program that I told you guys about last year in Las Vegas. It went exceedingly well along with the season on the track, and I'm very proud of it. So we decided to bring the program back, expand on it a little bit, continue to invite the media that wants to come out to it, which is why I'm talking to you guys about it, so you can see some of these people. And I think one of the biggest points is, the way last year went, we had over 800 people at the racetrack last year through our foundation, all of which were either severely injured in the war or family members, et cetera, through different, whether it was Iraq, Afghanistan, or even here at home with some of the police forces. But different guys that have made some pretty major sacrifices for us. And so I'm very appreciative back, and was able to put together a program that isn't just writing a check, but also gets people back, not necessarily on their feet, I hate to use that term, but out of their house, and helps them recover in the mental state as much as possible. So it's a program I'm very proud of, and look forward to continuing through 2012, and certainly feel very, very excited about that and what it means to me personally. So I wanted to highlight through that. I also brought LT out here, Andre Ross, who runs my foundation. So anyone who has any questions or wants to get up with her on what's going on there, more than what I can tell you, because she runs all the day-to-day stuff, she's here for you to go over with. So I'll let her talk and kind of move forward on some of the plans for 2012 and how we're going to expand on the foundation and its goals to give back to the community, and specifically to those that have made rather large sacrifices that it takes for us to get to drive race cars in circles or report about crazy guys that drive race cars in circles. So LT, I'll let you take it from there.
Brad, real quick, talk to them a little bit. You've done this with some of our guests, but take some time and talk to them, your rationale and your reasoning behind getting this program started.
Well, I think, I look back on it. I started racing with the Navy in 2008, and there were some really unique opportunities there to, meet some phenomenal people, whether it was, the Navy SEALs, which I think we all know some of their stories, or the Navy Seabees, or just anybody really involved with the Navy. And I met some people in other armed forces as well, but, to see some of the sacrifices they made, and specifically we made a Walter Reed trip with NASCAR, and I think NASCAR is as actively involved in this cause as I am, maybe not directly through my foundation, but in general. But, I think in the grand scheme of things, getting to see the effect that it can have on someone, positive effect, when you take a little bit of time out of your day and just spend some time with them and show them that you care and that you're thankful for what they've done and how that can help them recover so much. So with that, I take a lot of pride. And I think it's very important for me. I think there's a lot of different charities, foundations out there, but it was important for me to do something that wasn't just giving back on paper. It was giving back in action. And the way we set up the foundation to do that this year with the ride-along programs and hospitalities at NASCAR races is one of the things I'm most thankful for in life and really enjoy. So, I'm not a golfer or a bowler, so I don't do any of that kind of stuff with my foundation, but I do drive race cars. And thankfully, there's a lot of people out there that think that's very, very cool. And a lot of them just so happen to be in the military and happen to be those ones that have gone through some struggles, so to speak, whether it's post-traumatic stress disorder or missing limbs or who knows what. You hate to limit it to just that, but there's so many people out there that, I think are looking for some help, and the best help of all seems to be, to show some compassion back. So I've really enjoyed that part of it, and that's how I got started.
Over here.
Mike, you got a question already?
I do have a question.
I don't even think we were done. But go ahead. If you have a question already,
No, go
we'll
ahead,
stop
go
for
ahead.
you.
We passed out some thumb drives that have all the information on it for you. And if you have additional questions, my contact information's on there. You can reach out. And one other thing I'll add before we do questions, if you want to come out and experience one of these events, we'll be back here at Bristol in August. We'll be at Richmond in the April race. We'll be at Talladega in May, Charlotte for the All-Star race, and MIS in June. Just holler out, send me an email, give me a call. All my contact information is on the thumb drive there, and we'll get you hooked up and have you come out and join us for the ride-along day. It's
And I think for the record, last year Jeff Gluck was the only one that showed up, so he was the only one with the balls to do it. And
we booted his footage too,
yeah,
so he's got to come back.
Yeah, we did. That was me calling you out, everybody. He doesn't have any kids. Or a broken scapula. All right, go ahead, Mike.
There must be a lot of interest in this. How do you determine who can do it, who can't, who makes the cut, that
Sure.
sort of thing?
Well, since you need to be really close, and quite honestly, most of that information is confidential with doctor, patient, etc. We just go right to the VAs and allow them to pick and choose who they think is most legitimate and would benefit the most, because that information is obviously private information of who's been through what, and so they have access to that information, and it's great because you can also bring it in at that level as well, and give back to the caregivers as well. So we have some of them out at the racetrack as well. That was a really smart question.
Chris Knight, CatchFence.com. Brad, this is who helps out with the cars? Do you guys use a driving school, or is it cars that you own, or does Penske help out?
Well, one of the things I was really adamant about was making sure that the rides were at full speed because most of these guys are pretty extreme and been through some cool stuff. And I didn't want to get in there and go 130, 140 mile an hour around a fast track. So I had my truck team work on this project on the side, and with the help of Penske Racing, acquire two cars, one nationwide, one cup car, and run them at as close to full speed as I can get. So, to answer your question, my truck team facilitates and keeps the equipment up in at top-notch condition so that it would be as safe as possible. And believe me, I'm driving it, so I got as much interest in making it safe as anyone else.
Brad, Wolfgang Munzer from German Rennsport Press Agency. What was the main idea to set up the foundation? Was there any special event, or why you set up this foundation?
Well, there were a couple special events. I do have some family that's in the military as well, and that was certainly an inspiring effect. But as I talked about earlier, the relationship I have with the Navy probably was the largest catalyst and got me thinking about it. And I really enjoyed the time I spent knowing that to give back to those guys just with time meant as much as anything else. And I respect that a lot and thoroughly enjoy it. So, I hate to point out one key moment, but I would say there's several very influencing factors.